Well, that's all I'm after. My name, and I'll be there. I'll be there to comfort you. I'll build my world and dreams around you. I'm so glad that I found you. I'll be there with love so strong. I'll be your strength. You know I'll keep holding on. If you should ever find someone new, I know he better be good to you. 'Cause if he doesn't, I'll be there. I'll be there. Don't you know, baby? Yeah, yeah. I'll be there. I'll be there. Just call my name. I'll be there. Just look over your shoulders, honey. Ooh, I'll be there. I'll be there. Just call my name, and I'll be there. I'll be there. Don't you know, baby? Yeah, yeah. I'll be there. I'll be there. Whenever you need me, I'll be there. I'll be there. Oh, 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 oh. I'll be there. I'll be there. Just call my name, and I'll be there. I'll be there. Don't you know, baby? Yeah, yeah.
Boy, once again, Fresh TV, the best TV. And we are here with the man himself, Clinart, you know, getting that low down, high up, all that in between of what happened in Bermuda. And obviously, you're an entrepreneur.
Yes.
So you always made your living as an entrepreneur.
Yeah, pretty well. Yeah, entrepreneur. Yes.
Yeah,
many years ago, I did painting for a living. Qualified painter. Then I started my own business, entrepreneur. So for many years, entrepreneur.
That's how you're making your being. Oh boy,
my living. Yes.
Give you a lot of time. Now, in terms of your time, and obviously you're always a writer.
Yes.
What was the inspiration for your writing? What is the ethos of you? You're obviously a humble man. Would you call yourself socially conscious?
I could say that in some sense, but what inspired me mainly is liberty. You know, the life that what you see every day, what people are going through around you, what you're going through in your own experiences in life, and also I pray a lot. I pray to God for guidance and protection and everything, and just life, seeing what's going on in the world, and when you see things on the news, what's happening and different things, then you put that into song, you start writing down the ideas and stuff, and melodies and stuff come to you, and then you start piecing it and putting it all together in song.
Wow.
Yes.
So like you're saying, life, but not political.
Not political. I could say not political too much. I mainly do like peace, love, unity, and I'm always been that type of person. That
not the Don Prasser sort of thing, sort of vibe.
Yeah, sometimes, some dependent. Sometimes I do, but
do you have what song do you have that sort of speaks to the Don Prasser and say just like right? You got Life in the
Life in the Ghetto. Yes,
Life in the Ghetto was one.
That's one of them. Or you could say I'm trying to think. Colonized.
But did you make a video about that?
Oh, no, I did not make a video about that. But that's on the album. That's on the Journey to Foreign album.
Okay.
Colonized. Also, Nowhere TV.
Okay.
Nowhere TV.
You didn't make a video about that. That would have been a good one.
Yeah, that would have been a good one. That's
a good video.
That's the one that found Phantom Mojo collaboration. And a lot of people like that
Nowhere
song.
TV. Give me a lick of Nowhere TV.
Your life is not a computer game. Living a life and nowhere shame. The youth of today, don't you know yourself? The youth of today, don't you know yourself? Yeah.
You're on the air. And interesting.
Yeah, that one there is like my manager pretty well wrote, because she also wrote a lot of writing as well, Miss Juliet Edwards. So she came together with that concept of that particular song. That song is very, very deep. The way how she put it together, the lyrics, I can't remember all of them off the top of my head, but if you listen to the lyrics of that particular song, the Journey to Foreign album, listen to that. That's the lyrical content. It's really deep. It's really deep how the song is put together.
The Journey to Foreign. Now, as we speak about this, and just listening online right now. Hi, Juliet. I know you're listening right now. Journey to Foreign. Obviously, making that move, life in the ghetto. You're speaking about these songs about raising up the people in the ghetto, about the difficulty in the ghetto. Why did you leave Bermuda? Why move forward? Why leave Birmingham?
Okay. Well, the reason I left Birmingham, I got an opportunity. What happened, I did a couple of singles with me and my mate, my brethren, Mr. Antoine Pitt. One time I was fooling around. He's over there bringing, because I wasn't really doing music too much no more. So I was concentrating on my business. And he kept on bringing all these tracks over my house and said, we got to do something. Let's go do something. He kept on saying, I said, nah, I ain't got the time to do that no more. So eventually he got to me, and I did this song. We started doing this song. And what happened, a producer from London, he sent me this rhythm. And the song is called Dem Come. And what happened, this song did really well in England. It went on the underground, on the digital underground charts. It went to #1 in the charts all over the whole UK. And was playing in all the dances and everything. So he invited me to come to England. He said, why don't you come to England and do some recording? So I hooked up with Juliet, who knows he's my manager. And her brothers also do music. So they told me, come over to England and see how the vibes go. So once I went over there, I took a trip one time. I went just before Christmas, and I loved the vibe over there so much. And it was so great, and the response and the unity of the guys together and everything. And it was a different vibe, because the UK music is different from the music over the West. The style of music's a bit different. So what happened, they liked my vibe, and then we just linked up, and then we just ended up doing a few recordings. I came back to Bermuda, and then the following year, I ended up deciding to move over there. I sold all my stuff, sold all my business stuff. And I said, Lord, please guide and protect me. I'm taking this chance. And then you only get one opportunity in life. And so I decided to leave Bermuda, and I went to England, and I've been there ever since, 13 years.
Wow,
Yeah.
wow.
And I really love it. I love it over there. Yeah.
So it was really all about the art for you.
Yeah, art.
It was nothing moving you out of Bermuda.
No, there's nothing moving me out of Bermuda.
Nothing
Because
moving you out of
I
Bermuda.
had my business was stable. I had a good business and everything.
Right.
To tell you the truth, sometimes I'm struggling more in England than I was in Bermuda, as far as the business-wise and everything. As far as, but I just, for the passion of the music and the art, and to as well as to experience a different culture as well.
Right.
Because you only live once. And,
true.
you can't wait till you get up on the edge and everything. I said, I wish I would did this. I wish it's too late.
True.
My life's over. So,
True.
So I said, I took the opportunity. I got the opportunity, and I took it.
Wow. Interesting enough, I love the fact that your voice, so much today, it seems that so much enhancement is put around voices.
Yes, yes.
Right?
Yes.
But hearing you sing, I still heard Claudette that I heard on the record. Which is good.
Yes.
Because your voice resonates just the way it is, and then they enhance
as
opposed to change.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. So nowadays, what is fine, a lot of people, they do the auto-tune, and they so much stuff on the voice that you can't even tell who's singing. You don't know who's singing. Anybody could sing.
Anybody could sing.
Just go in the studio and put auto-tune, tune it up, and then...
True.
But, but to me, that's not really our art. It's the right to put some auto-tune. I even do it on some of my songs a bit. Because that's the style nowadays, and that's what...
People want to hear.
People want to hear.
Right, people want to hear
that tune.
Yeah.
So, but when you put too much on it, when it's overpowering, when it's too much of it, I think it takes away from the song. That's my personal opinion.
Well, it becomes generic. I mean,
everything sounds the same.
Yeah, because then it's about how it's a style that you have to use with auto-tune, isn't it? And you have to style it and make it move and do different things with your voice.
Yeah.
So, you can't just say, I'm going to use auto-tune.
That's right, yeah.
But as we move and looking at that, obviously, you did a song and we played I'll Be There.
Yes.
Which was the first song, like you said.
The first tribute song.
The first tribute song.
Yes.
But that was before.
But what happened? That song wasn't even a tribute. I just did it as a cover song. It was just a song. Yeah, I just did it.
It was a song.
That's what I said. I just went to the studio to record it. at Stingray Studio in London. That's one of the biggest studios. That's where Mafia and Floxy and all the big musicians and everybody work out. All the artists come there from Jamaica. Everybody you could think of records there. So I went there to do the song, and what happened, like I said, I just did it as a cover song, really. And the song did really well, and I started getting interviews on all the big stations and then in England. And then what they said, when Michael, some of the studios that Michael was actually interviewed in, I ended up being interviewed in the same places, and people explained, and then they set up a meeting with me to meet them and stuff, and that's all it started. And to be honest, I'll tell you the truth, my first influence in music is the Jackson 5.
Oh boy.
Even though I'm a reggae person, the Jackson 5 is my first. I was
Jackson
since I was
5.
young, yeah. I used to try to sing like Michael Jackson when I was a little kid. One of them before we got to have competitions and all that. From young. And then Bob Marley came a little bit afterwards. So my biggest influence in music is Bob Marley and the Jackson 5.
And the Jacksons.
Jackson's right. And then that's why the Steel Pulse and all that came afterwards. But the Jacksons is my first, before Bob Marley.
Wow. Now, there's another one that you... Then it just so happens that this song would be a tribute.
Yes.
Right.
So what happened? Then Michael ended up, as you know, he ended up passing away.
Right.
So I ended up releasing it. I released it first, and then I ended up re-releasing it as a tribute to him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because this song, and guess what? The song came out like June the 21st, 4 days before he died.
4 days before
and then
he died.
Yeah.
Mercy.
It's something. And people were saying that's really something. That's really something.
That's just
that's
crazy.
Yeah, crazy.
You know.
So you released the song.
No, when you got to the UK. Obviously, you land in a place where you're not familiar with, right? But all of a sudden, also you touched on some locals because you end up doing a song with Troy Anthony.
Oh yes. Troy Anthony. We end up.
Now, what's that from? Journey from Far too?
That's Journey to Foreign.
That's Journey to Foreign as well.
That's right. Yeah.
Now,
we linked up. Yeah, we linked up because he wanted to come up. Because what happened when I was coming back to Bermuda, guys were saying, Troy's got a real lot of talent. Try to get him out in England. Because in Bermuda you could go so far, and all that stuff. So I didn't really know him. So, but so we ended up linking up, and God said, why don't you encourage him to come out in England to further himself and all the music and all that. So we ended up linking in all that, and we ended up doing the song together.
Wow. Yeah. What was the name of that song?
A Sign of the Times.
A Sign of the Times. Can I find A Sign of the Times?
It might be on the video one, I think.
I don't think
it never got finished. I never got finished, but it still might be on YouTube somewhere. I don't know.
No, I think you mean the video never got finished?
No, it not got completed. We put it up kind of like it's like almost a demo stage type of thing. I don't know if it's still on there.
Let's see if it's still on there because I remember.
That was many years ago.
Right, we take you back so many times with Clinart. Let's see if we can find that beer boy. On there it is right there. You can't hide from the YouTube. You can't hide from YouTube. You can't hide from YouTube. This one is Sign of the Times. Early days in the UK. Take it away, Clinart, Troy Anthony. Hey.
Read it in the paper. Saw the pictures on the news. Saw the pictures on the news. Seconds for the story. Then the journey to the moon. What a journey. These are the signs of the times. Open up your mind. These are the signs of the times. Can't you see there's a message through the time of passing? Sit up and listen now. Yeah. Just the other day, I turned on my TV.
Troy Anthony, we're calling.
What's wrong today? So many generations, parents from the nation, so many children lost their lives. Yes, the world is facing devastation. Just take a look at the nation. So much life has passed away. Yeah. So now we
boy, Fresh TV, the best TV, inside. Once again, doing it big with my boy Clinart. Going to the UK and making a music video. Like,
Yeah.
how are you making that happen? I mean, who do you know? How like you're like you're chopping through videos. Like,
Yeah.
how are you making that happen?
What happened? We linked up with some students in the UK that was in college, and they had just come out from college, and they started doing short little films. So we inquired about them, and then we had a meeting with them, and we asked them about doing some music videos. So we had a sat down and talked and everything, and so that's how it came together. And we concept, and we just started talking about the concept and different things, and we ended up keeping them for a few years. And I'm doing all my videos out there pretty well done with them in the beginning.
In the beginning,
yeah.
are the student looks?
Their students look, yeah, they're students. Yeah, they just came. So that's how it all came about, linking up, and they're called DOF Films.
Aye. Now have they grown into
They're
being?
growing, no, I'm big, too. They're on MTV and everything else. Now they're doing big
Wow.
MTV shoots and all sorts of award shows and everything.
Wow,
They're real big now.
shut up.
They're massive now.
Shut up.
And they started from doing the
Do,
videos.
do you still have access to them?
Yeah, I still have access
do you
to
have,
them.
do you have access to them?
Yeah, every so often we linking out there, and they gave me some new ideas and all that. Because a lot of times I do my own videos and stuff now.
Okay.
A lot of stuff they invested because it saves a lot of money and everything.
Well,
It saves so much.
well, if they're doing big things
That's
now,
right there, yeah,
I
so-
don't know if they remember you so fondly
that's
now,
right,
do they?
yeah. They're going big. They're going big
They're going
time.
big
now.
time now.
But you know, they're cool guys, nice guys, really nice guys, humble guys, young,
Right.
and we give them a chance in order to.
Yeah, and and they gave you a chance. You gave them a chance.
That's right, yeah.
Equal share.
That's right. Works,
You know,
works both ways.
Works
yeah.
both ways, right?
right,
Because you
yes.
got different artists and to go there and to do stuff. So
That's right, yeah.
you know, quite next. What's it like for you? Now, okay, so you're making this music. You got this first album on the way. Are you able to perform? Are you able to go out? Like what was the money making venture then? Because it hadn't quite completely going into the digital age of where everybody's
That's right,
making money.
Yeah, and there's
right?
it was still CDs was still selling real good. And what happened when I did this album? It done really well worldwide. It made it to the #1 album in the whole of Europe. Out of all the albums at that particular time, it
Right.
was the #1 album in the charts.
Wow.
#1, and it made it to Kiss FM and all the big stations in the UK. Where if you're not really a major Jamaican artist,
Yes.
you don't get played, because not in the UK artists get played over there. Not even people like Maxi Priest and all that even had trouble.
Wow.
And you know how big Maxi Priest is.
Wow.
So this album, exactly some of the songs actually, and the song with Maxi Priest, that was the one that got played a lot
Right.
on the Kiss FM and Choice FM, all the major stations that don't hardly play reggae. Because
Right.
all the UK artists, they kick up about not getting played on mainstream radio on
Right.
this album. So they kind of said, this guy come from Loose Small Bermuda. Who is he? That's what
Okay.
they're saying. This guy, and this stuff is getting played all on.
Oh,
It was a little
man.
bit of animosity. But they was cool afterwards when they got to know me and stuff and all that.
Right,
Because at first
right.
they're saying, this guy come from Loose Small Bermuda. They never did reggae. They said, what Bermuda there's about reggae? There's
Oh,
Bermuda,
boy.
and there's about dancing around in grass skirts.
Oh,
and then
boy.
calypso music.
And they don't know you're a veteran already.
That's veteran already.
Yeah,
they didn't
you're a
know nothing
veteran
about
already.
Bermuda. They only heard a bit. They heard a bit about Collie Buds at the time. I think he was just starting to bust.
Okay.
They heard a bit, but they said they never heard of no reggae music coming from Bermuda. So
Wow.
they're like kind of looking down on us type of thing, saying,
Okay.
you know, what you guys know about reggae music, what you know about this and that. But
Wow.
I said, no, you'd be surprised. From Bermuda, it goes so far back. You know, just as long as you guys know from Jamaica, Bermuda probably into reggae the same way.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm.
Right. I mean, that's interesting in itself because you know we know that the music scene over there is about originality
Yes.
and difference and stuff like
'cause they
that.
do a lot of Lovers Rock.
And for you two, yeah, and well, Lovers Rock, you know,
big
you have to
thing,
say
yeah.
Peter Huntingales
That's right,
and,
yeah.
and all these kind of
that's right,
guys,
yeah.
right?
Cedric
'Cause
Laws and all
Cedric
them.
Laws and you know,
Kofi and all them.
these, yeah, I
Yeah.
mean these guys because they were a
Atkinson.
Lovers Rock community, they were a reggae, they were in a dancehall community.
A Lovers
you know,
Rock community.
Yeah, pure Lovers
Pure
Rock,
Lovers Rock.
niceness.
Yeah, niceness, sweetness, yeah.
Sweetness, you know what I'm saying? UK maximum. Big
That's
up
right.
UK, Brixton, you're large,
That's
everybody
right,
over
that's
there.
right, That's right.
You
All
know
the
what I'm
music and
saying?
everything. I used to get all the tapes coming to Bermuda from Capital, from David Radigan and all that.
For
you know,
real.
Back in the day.
For real, for
That's
real.
a big thing. Lovers Rock is really, and it's made a big comeback in the UK as well.
And it's made a big comeback.
It went out for a while, but now in the last, say, 5 or 6 years, it's come
They
back
brought
strong.
back the niceness.
All the niceness has come
Well,
back.
you know, the UK has had some major hits through the years. I mean, you know, it was Soul to Soul who
That's
would
right, yeah.
put UK on the map.
on the map, yeah, big time.
Let me erase that.
Well,
Beyond the
before that, yeah.
Beatles. being a you know, an
Yeah,
Italian
sure, yeah.
and David Bowie and things. But when we think about a black artist,
That's right, yeah.
especially
That's right, Soul to Soul, yeah.
Soul to Soul, were the group that sort of right, Steel Pulse,
As what?
as what,
Favorite UK bands,
right?
As what,
But
yeah.
those guys didn't make it to the. While they
Mainstream,
were
yeah.
playing, they didn't make it mainstream because they were playing big. But but it would be somebody like Jazzy B,
That's right, yeah.
who sort of got them to the American Awards stage.
That's right. That's true.
Right?
That's true. Yeah. That's
So
true.
big times, big things, and now over the years, you even seen now they've got this UK grime out,
That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
right? And they got
that's
you know
big, that's
Man's
massive.
Not Hot and
That's
and
right.
you know and Stormzy.
It's Dizzy Rascal. And all that.
Yeah, they got these guys doing this. You know, the UK has managed to still do an original
That's right. Yeah.
song. So
Yeah.
you were definitely would be embraced over there, right?
Yeah. Yes. Because they like the originality. They like that a lot.
They like originality.
Yeah, they like originality. So what happens when you come with something different or original?
Right.
They gravitate to it. They like that. Because the UK has its own style of music. It's different, and it's really interesting because like some of the grime stuff, I don't understand it still to this day. I don't understand what they're talking about. But you know, it's massive. It's massive over there.
It's
massive.
massive.
Yeah. And a lot of those guys are like millionaires. You know, and like Stormzy, all those guys. They fill out like Wembley Stadium and all that, and not even Big Pop. They sold as much tickets as Beyonce sells.
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
That's those guys.
Yeah,
Yeah, come from grime and all that.
The lodge.
That's how big they are,
The
yeah.
lodge. Let's talk about not being able to while being played. Did that translate into dollars for you? Did it translate into any dollars for you being
Yes, it
played
made,
on the
royalties.
okay.
I was getting royalties. I got a good bit of royalties, and
Okay.
it also helped my album, the Journey to Foreign album. It sold out. I sold out completely within. I say I got a couple left. I found in Bermuda, but it sold out within like 4 or 5 months.
Wow.
Thousands, about 4,000 to 5,000, going
Wow.
really quick. And
Wow.
I think a lot of that helped because of the
that
major
radio
airplay,
play.
the major airplay, and
Right.
on the major stations in the UK.
Wow, wow.
And a lot of people bought it, like the major record stores over there, Dub Vanda and all those places. They took it and they was taking cases of it, and it sold really fast,
Wow.
really well.
Wow.
And that was like the last of the
CD.
CDs. Yeah. That was the last of it. And ever since.
Oh man. Oh
That
man.
was the last time. So it made out pretty good. It made good.
You made out pretty good
Good,
there. And with that now, do you find that has leveraged you? Are you still being able to get that same airplay, or has it all changed? Things have
It's
gotten
changed.
tighter.
It's
You don't
changed.
get that airplay no more.
Much change, big time. What the radio stations, the major radio stations, go on. Took them off the air because they said they're not getting the advertisement. Because reggae music, they said, because all the dancehall and stuff is bringing a lot of crime and all that and violence. So a lot of the venues are cut down, so there's not as much shows. So the radio stations ain't getting no avenue from people's not advertising because, and the economy as well, you know, because
Right.
times are hard everywhere,
Right.
worldwide now.
Right, right.
Everything's changed. So a lot of the major radio stations, they took off reggae. Kiss don't play reggae no more. Choice FM, they changed. Choice FM started from black people. It's a reggae station. No, they don't play reggae at all.
Wow.
So now it's more like underground and the
and it's tougher
pirates,
for you to
yeah.
get that mass
And
exposure.
so it's hard now for all artists.
Right.
It's hard everywhere. Now.
Right.
It's very, very hard.
So let's when we come back, we're gonna take another little break as we talk about maybe performing live and being out there and where people are now making money. Because if you ain't performing live and you ain't getting no royalty, I mean,
That's right, you ain't getting no royalties,
it's
yeah.
it's pretty hard,
Very
to make
hard.
it. So we'll talk about that when we come back. What you want to play next, Kalona? What's a video we want to drop?
Okay, you could play Africa Unite.
Africa. I was gonna say that for the end, but I'm gonna bust it. No.
You can play Float first.
No. I'll play Africa Unite because it's a big tune. I did ask you, so I should play it. Here we go, Africa Unite. This one is a big tune. It's my favorite right now, by the way. It's my favorite right now. Honestly, it is a big tune. I think it's a great meditation. We'll talk about that when we come back. Peace. Play knock. Man, you see right there.
Africa unite, cause we're moving right out of Babylon, and we're going to our Father's land. How good and how pleasant it would be before God and man to see the unification of all Africans. Yeah.
on back, country top. You know.
Payaka, payaka. Africa, unite. Cause we're moving right out of Babylon. And we're going to our father's land. Yeah. How good and how pleasant it would be before God and man to see the unification of all Africans. Yeah. As it's been said already, so let it be done. Yeah. We are the children of the Rasta man. We are the children of the higher man. So Africa unite, 'cause the children wanna come home, yeah. Africa unite, 'cause we're moving right out of Babylon, and we're grooving to our father's land. Yeah. How good and how pleasant it would be before God and man to see the unification of all African. As it's been said already, so let it be done. I know you know who you are under the sun. Yeah. We are the children of the Rastaman. We are the children of the higher man. Africa unite. Africa unite. Yeah. Unite for the benefits of your people. Unite for it's later than they think. Unite for the benefits of your children. Unite for it's later than they think. Africa await its creator. Africa await its creators. Africa, you're my forefathers cornerstone. Unite for the Africans abroad. Unite for the Africans abroad. Africa united.
Alright.
Oh my God. What a big tune. Meditation time. Honest. Oh my, Glenard, what a beautiful rendition, man. I gotta tell you, that's a beautiful rendition. I don't care what anybody says. I think you did that tune justice, bro.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I put a lot. It came from the heart.
You can feel it.
Yeah, it came from the heart. But that's one of my favorite Marley songs.
You can feel it.
Yeah.
You could, you know, I mean, you could feel that completely in its nature. You just, it's something about it where it's like you slurred it down a touch.
Yeah, I slurred it down a touch.
You slurred it down a touch.
I purposely did it.
Yeah, you could. Yeah.
Because I intentionally did it for like a type of vibe, a meditation vibe. Yeah, that could take you into the heights. Look,
look.
I
Let
did
me
it
tell you
intentionally.
something. Let me tell you something. Genius. That's what I could say to you. I could say genius, bro, because that's exactly what I tell people when I first played it. I more or less said that. Like I was like, why is this song giving me goosebumps? Like in a way where it's like
Okay.
I was like feeling the meditation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was feeling the meditation and the cry.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, cry for
And
justice,
yeah, the cry, like you know what I'm saying. So good job on
Yeah,
that.
so when I
one,
did it,
man.
like when I was creating this song, I said I was gonna do it at the original tempo, but I said when I started to lay down the tracks, the instruments and everything, I said I'm gonna slow this down because you got a vibe, because it's a vibe, something about a vibe, and then you feel the bass and the congas and all that there,
I'm
and it took
telling
me
you.
to a height. So I said I'm gonna leave it like this. I'm gonna slow it down. I'm gonna keep it in, slow it down a bit and keep it like this way here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. What a meditation, man. I love it. And
thank you.
then leaving that nice long simmer at the end. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where it's like, is he gonna sing again? No. He's just letting it simmer.
Yeah.
Just letting it simmer. You know what I'm saying? So beautiful tribute, man.
Yeah, thank
and,
you.
World class.
Thank
world
you.
class.
Thank
I
you.
hope it does well for you. I think. I'm gonna say this, and this is not being biased because I'm a tough person who plays musically.
Okay.
But when I do get it, I give it. And let me tell you something. That's one of the best renditions of Omali that I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the best renditions, man. You moved it into your own
It's the-
space,
yeah.
but you didn't change
You
it
change it. Yeah.
in a way where whereas you don't recognize it. And I'm not saying they're bad, but I like the way you kept it real Mali.
Organic. Yeah.
Yeah, you kept it real Mali, but you made it yours.
Well, yeah.
And just that little subtle change in the tempo. Wow, unbelievable.
Thank you.
Anyway, that's my little excitement piece because it is my favorite song. Let's talk about performance. Let's talk about
Okay.
performance and you being on the road now.
Yes.
Have you been out there performing?
Yes,
you,
I have.
Tell me about
I
performance.
have did some performances in the UK, but I haven't did as much as I would like because I suffer from a chronic condition called vertigo. I'm had it for many years. One of the reasons, that's another reason that I went to England as well to see, because in Bermuda I was going to all the doctors down there every single minute, MRIs and bringing in a specialist, and they didn't know what was wrong with me.
Okay.
So when I went to England, they diagnosed it right away, and within weeks. They put me in this machine and stuff and induced it.
Wow.
And it was so scary. I thought I was going to die. They started calling all the head nurses and ambulance because they induced it to see exactly what was causing this. And they said it's chronic vertigo, and they said only less than a handful of people got it chronically, like me.
Wow.
So I'm kind of had to live with that ever since. And
Now, what happens? Tell us. Let's walk us through this because, to be honest with you, there are more and more people getting this, and I've shared
Yeah.
some experiences. I've just met a lady just this past week, and she is suffering from vertigo. So, and I had another friend. He has vertigo.
Yes.
I've seen his case improve, but. Tell us a bit about what happens here. What goes on?
It's
Tell
a
us
very
how-
scary thing. You started feeling like dizzy at first, very extremely dizzy, and then it's like uncontrolled. You feel weak. You get nausea. You start to make you throw up and stuff and everything.
Oh, wow.
Throw up and that phlegm, and it makes you feel uncontrolled of your body. And
Okay.
it gets so, when it gets really bad, it gets so scary. It feels like it can pass away. It's that scary. It's like
Wow.
you feel so helpless.
Wow.
Helpless.
Wow.
And
Now, what about your balance? Balance?
the balance, your equilibrium is something in the equilibrium and goes off. What they said, what they tell me that I might would have caught a bad flu years ago.
Okay.
And it probably went into something in my sinus and my ears and my
Ears.
brain, and they said it's a bit because when they did the MRI,
Yes.
they said it's incurable. You can't cure it. All you could do is try to maintain it, and they could try to get the stuff out of it, but there's no cure for it. So I've been to so many specialists, doctors out there that gave me all sorts of different medication and
Wow.
stuff, and I finally found something that kind of works in the last 2 years.
Right.
That's kind of controlled it more than it has, because before every week it's calling the ambulance.
Okay.
Every
You want to
week.
share what that is? You want to share what you found? Can you remember
Yeah.
what you've taken? Or?
I've taken. It's just a basic Protogen. It's just an air travel sickness.
Okay.
Sometimes, and this other tablet, I forget what the other one's
Which it
called.
settles down.
Yeah, it settles it down.
Settles
so
down.
It comes,
It's
I'm
see that?
able to, at least cope.
At least cope.
Yeah.
So that has made it difficult for you to be on
It's on
stage,
stage,
all the
yes,
time.
performing, yes.
Travel in the
Traveling
air.
and everything. Traveling.
Flying.
To flying, yes. Traveling is horrible. Horrible. And see, that's why I haven't been back in for 6 years, because it's so bad. The last time, so I was back in Bermuda, and then I had to fly back. They almost had to turn back the plane because it was so bad, and they were so scared. They didn't know what, because there's nothing they could do.
Wow.
And they told me that if, that happens again, I'll be banned. I won't be able to fly no more.
Wow.
So I haven't took the chance of coming in for 6 years until this emergency situation
Right,
came
you
up.
have to go on a boat or something.
You have to go on a boat, yeah. And even a boat for like 2 weeks. I mean, a week on a boat, how that's going to be, I've never experienced it. So even that, so thank
Wow.
God, thank God that it's
Yes.
under control a bit better now, so I couldn't
Yes.
cope. And I had to come home because of emergency. My mom, she had a stroke.
Okay.
So I had no choice. So I had to come in. I prayed to God, please, Lord, let me make it and be fine. And I was okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So
Far as from performance-wise,
performances.
it's been sporadically. I do performing sometimes, but I have to kind of pick what I'm going to do, and when I'm feeling pretty good. So I'm starting to get a little bit better now. We're in the last, year, I started doing no more performances.
Okay.
Yeah.
And are you so where are you performing? Tell us.
I
Are you
am,
performing across Europe? Where are you going?
I'm
Where you
in
going?
Holland.
Who's calling for you?
Holland. I did a big performance in Holland. They had a big Michael Jackson tribute event last year.
Oh, nice.
And it was major, all the networks and everything. I did to perform that. That went really, really well. I performed that then. I did a couple of shows, couple of things in Camden, in England, in London, a few things, smaller the club gigs and all that, and that's been pretty good. It's vibes, because nowadays, a lot of the times everything is PA. They don't have too much bands around anymore, because what happened is the promoter and stuff, they don't want to hire the musicians, the band, because the music is so difficult now. They said you have to sing the tracks, and I hate doing the 2 tracks, to tell you the truth, because it's not the same vibe. You're singing to a mechanical background. You can't control it. You can't say put it down or bring it down, go into a double wise and stuff like that.
Right.
So it's like it's not the same vibe at all. But just as we hard in the music industry, yes, nowadays, yeah, everything's PA. So I had a band that I was working with, called Poor Man Friend Band some years ago from Holland. They're really good, and also Mafia and Floxy Band. I work with them sometimes.
I've heard this name,
Mafia and Floxy.
And Floxy.
These guys, Europe, how you have Sly and Robbie in Jamaica, and these
Right.
guys are the Sly and Robbie of Europe. They back
Okay.
everybody. Everybody, they tour. They're just with Luciano now. They want to tour around the world with Luciano. They with every artist you could think of, they pretty well back. They're like the big thing in Europe.
Right.
And they're veteran guys. Been up
No,
for years.
so what does Clenard command a performance now? I mean, is it £5,000, £10,000, or what does because some people have this minimum. What does Clenard command? Come on.
I don't want to get a disclosure how much exactly I charge performance. But as long as I might have a decent stage, the PA has to be decent, a good sound system, the mics and everything, proper monitors, and everything. And I would rather a band. I more like working with a band than PAs. But if I have to do a PA, sometimes I would do it, but more times a band. So we're trying, in England now, we're trying to put together something now, when eventually, hopefully I could go back sometime this year and hopefully to put something together.
I'm gonna see if I could get now. Juliet is your manager still?
My manager, she's still my manager, yes.
She's been around a while. I'm gonna try and get her on the line. See,
Just been around from day one.
Let me see if I can get Juliet on the line here, and talk to us from over in the UK. Let me see if I could make that happen, because she's somebody I think I met her a long time ago.
A long time ago when she came here. Yes.
Right, when she came here. So let me see if we could connect with Juliet on the line and bring her in. And there she is. There's my girl. What's up? Now you're gonna have to cut that one off your phone. You gotta turn down the internet.
Yeah, hi.
All right.
Yeah.
Now we got everybody. Let's do the threesome. We got a threesome going on now.
Yeah, I'm trying to turn it down. 1 second. 1 second.
There we go. This is the manager. This is the first time for one of our threesomes here on Fresh. We've got the UK.
My battery
Bermuda.
is stuck and I can't even turn the TV down.
This is the manager. This is the first time for one of our
You can hear me.
threesomes here on
Alright, 1 second.
Fresh. We've got the
Oh, 1 second. Sorry. Yeah, it's coming down now.
You ready?
Hi. Sorry about that. Yeah.
Oh, there.
Hello.
Hi, Clenard.
You can't see him. Let me see. I can let you see if I can let you see your beloved there too.
Oh, hello, peace.
Hi, yeah.
Today in Bermuda.
Made it.
Yeah, so obviously management is, such a big role, and we're just talking about performance, and I'm talking money to him, and I said, you know what, now's a good time to bring in that manager lady, and talk to the manager about this artist named Clannad, and how you came to be this man's manager. Tell me a bit about it, because you've stuck with him, you've been with him now for at least 8 years.
Yeah, more
7.
than that.
Huh?
13.
13?
About 13
13
years.
He
years.
said 13. Yeah, so you both are right in queue.
Yeah.
How did this happen? Why take up Clannad?
Oh, well, I was working for a radio station, and then we did a tour this is about 2004 or earlier, and we did a tour in New York, and we all used to connect that time through, I think it was like chat something, through the radio station around the world. And then one of his friends saw me and then said, I think that she might be a good manager. And then they put the proposal to me, and I was like, well, at that time I was still doing my day job in the civil service. And I was like, well, how am I going to manage you? I was already managing a radio station or something. How am I going to manage you and you're over there? So he said he will work it out. So I remember a couple of times his band friend Pip spoke to me as well, and they were saying, look, we want to come to the UK and stuff, whatever. And he had a song out here that was doing really well. And then one day I think he was at Pitt's house playing some music, and he said, listen to my song. And so when he sang down the phone, a spirit jumped out at me and said to me, this man has a gift. No word of a lie. If it wasn't the word of God or something, but something just said to me that I need to help this man. And that's what changed it for me, because we were talking on and off for whatever, and I was just like, well, logistically, it's not going to work, but I will find you a manager. That's how it started out. Mm-hmm. So up until this day, I'm still in the mode of finding him a manager, because he never signed a contract with me up to this day. So the thing is, even though I'm his manager, I was only ever supposed to be his temporary manager, because at that time I didn't realize if I could do the job. And at that time there weren't many women managers around in the music industry, so I kind of felt intimidated by that. So anyway, I just applied being a manager in communications myself. I just applied all the things that I do to the way I managed him, and I'd worked in HR before and various things and procurement. So basically I just went around and did what I could, and it just happened that while he came over and everybody said, yeah, look, come back and do 3 songs. And then they said, come back and why don't you just do an album? So while he was working on the album and I was helping him, we had a little keyboard that we bought and we were writing songs. And then I just said to him, why don't you change this up a bit? Change that up a bit. Why don't you do this? And I'd forgotten that I used to be a songwriter, and I went to university to do English literature, language, Black history and stuff like that. So what happened is, when he was in the songs, this is why you're talking about the meditation, when he was writing the songs, it was conjuring up a lot of my own issues. So he then at one point he used to say to me, I'm going to be writing a song now, will you come over and we write together? And that's the point where we gelled. Yeah. So that's how it's been ever since.
Wow. Now, in terms of you, obviously, I start hearing you about procurement, government job. So that means you have a pretty good job. You had a pretty good job. Did you leave that job, or did you stay in it, or have you? Is this your full-time thing that you do?
Well, now it's my full-time thing, but I left about 5 or 6 years ago because I was juggling many things. Like my parents became ill, and my mum had dementia at the time, and I was running to jobs, and I was managing Clannad as well. So I took the time to say, look, I need to really spend time with my family. So I thought I was taking 6 months out, a career break. So I took the 6 months out, and so many things happened. The year before, Clannad had lost his sister suddenly, Devon, in 2011. Then 2012, I lost my dad, who was supposed to take care of my mum after the 6 months. and then my mum died 2013.
Oh, mercy.
Right, and then Clinart's illness got worse. So we just went through a very long 5-year period of just everything just being questioned, or whether you want to do anything. I mean, for some periods, like I can remember, like an 18-month period where we couldn't, both of us, Clinart and I, could not write any songs. We couldn't. Nothing could be completed. So we've been through this mire of questioning yourself, and then I could have gone back to being in civil service and doing the work I did, but I just felt that, really, this is what I want to be doing, and if I can really make it work, the figures work and everything, that's what I want to do, because I really feel that as a writer, a songwriter myself, a co-songwriter, and Clinart is what he does, he needs that support, and we need to concentrate on it full time. So that's where we are at the moment, and Clinart has his business that he was doing. We were doing different things, business in the background, on a smaller scale. So trying to keep things going, and that's what we've been doing. But every time when we try to walk away from saying, look, let's do something, it doesn't work out, because right now is like a time where every time I've turned to say, look, I'll do something, I'll get pulled back into it. But and then when Clinart said to me, you said you wanted to do Africa Unite, and I said, oh, why don't you try a different song? I think lots of the issues when Bob wrote Africa Unite, there was lots of divisions and wars and everything. I said, there's a lot happened since then, South Africa and all this sort of thing. But he said, no, I'm really feeling it. So this is how we get on, because he always, if I say no, he's going to go back and do what I say. What I say, don't say. So he likes to prove to me that I'm wrong. So this is how this song came out. So he went away. And he said, look, listen, I'm doing Africa Unite, I'm not doing the other one. And this is what he showed me. And then more and more as I listened to it, and I said, yeah, you know what? His spirit is in there. And I think a lot of people don't realise that he has his own talent, which, he's a humble person. But this man is severely talented. And I think, like you said, you spotted something, and people can now hear that that's the real Clinart in there. His spirit is just about love, and he wants everybody to get on, and it's just a simplistic way of living. Whereas, like, I'm much more complex.
Well, you're a woman, ain't you?
That's right. Yeah.
And obviously, that's like you said, the song. He's worked on his own there without my influence in the music, apart from sending me some of the drafts or whatever. And I think that's really, from Africa Unite, really has brought out his soul and spirit, and I think, like you said, that's a song he wanted to sing, and that's really how he is about most things.
Well, I have to actually the question too. I know, as we're wrapping this up, but you yourself, Clinart, talked about his journey when he first got to the UK and released the Journey to Foreign, and all the radio play and that he got, and seeing the changes in the industry. How have you seen your management look at how you're gonna make an artist successful, change in today, successful in today's market? Wow.
Wow. Well, the key things are, because I manage other artists as well now, is that for me, in managing, whereas it was just like going to get gigs and help and getting their productions out or whatever, now you have to do social media management. Everything is in media, whereas most of the artists that are coming to me and asking me to be managed, it's the social media aspect of it that they can't do. They still want to walk around with their CDs and get paid. They hate the digital media thing because they can't touch and they have to wait for the payment. So all these things are what defines the new way of working. So you've got social media management, you've got the management part of it. Most of the people that I'm working with are independent artists, and I have to teach them how to put their stuff on CD Baby. I actually do it for them, and how to get their stuff on iTunes, getting the artwork done, and lots of these things were very, very expensive to artists in the beginning because it was done by big media companies, so people could charge a lot of money. But now people are being reasonable and say, look, I could, if you gave me an artist today, within 4 days I could have his songs out on iTunes. I could have his bio done. I write the bio myself. I actually build his website, build all these social media sites, photography, the videos. We do it.
Got you.
So basically, we're like in a box management. That's how I like
Got
to
you.
define
Got
myself
you.
now.
Got
So
you.
that's what people have to know, really.
Right. And the artist, you know, once again, and is there a standard fee or a percentage fee? How do you determine a price, or is it just a stock fee? How does that? Not to mention prices, but how does that work?
Well, I think now what I do now is I tend to do the normal management structure, which is you take your 15 or 20% depending on how much the person needs help, and then the other part is I do the promotion side, but I charge separately entirely for promotion. You have to cut it separately because it's expensive
Lot of work.
sign up to a lot of things. For instance, like doing newsletters and all those, the photo shoots and everything.
Right.
All those I charge for separately, but I actually manage them for the artists.
Okay.
And that's the difference.
Okay. Got you. Yeah, I mean, I think it's so much about like the communication. Now, I'm just using this as an opportunity to share, and who knows, to hopefully even grow, your conglomerate and get bigger, because a lot of artists here do not have it. And you've done a fantastic job, you guys as a team, and you've done a fantastic job, keeping Clenark in the know and out there, and you always see. I remember meeting you. I remember like way back when I was like, okay, this is his girlfriend. Like, what's she doing?
That was a girlfriend.
I gotta be honest. That's what it was like for me.
It
Like,
works
okay,
for
this
me
is
to even in my day job and everything, it works for me to let people just think, oh, she makes the tea, or she just looks good and everything. Because especially when I work in government procurement, and people don't realise when they've just said to me, can I make a cup of tea?
Oh no, we jammed up. Oh, did we lose you? I think we might have lost the contact there on something really important.
There all the time.
We may have missed that piece. You said, can you make a cup of tea? Go back to that piece. Can you make
Yeah.
a
What
cup?
I'm saying is, say if I worked in big procurement where multi-million-pound contracts are being decided, and I'll be on the team as a contract manager, and so I could go to a meeting and someone would say, okay, can I have a cup of tea, or can you take my coat and stuff like that, and
That's
then
not right.
halfway through the meeting, when we're going through the figures and everything, and then my manager used to say, now Juliet, what do you think? Do you think they're suitable for the contract and everything? Well, well, that's the moment that I treasure, because if you do not value diversity, and if you do not value women, and you can't see the way things are moving ahead now, and like people want to think that, okay, I'm just a girlfriend, but we didn't end up. I was his manager first, but we spent so much time together that we ended up growing as a couple.
Okay,
But if you can't see past that, then that shows you where you are as a person.
Right.
That, you meet somebody, don't judge them and just say, right, okay, I'm not just a pretty face. I'm glad. Because I inherited some really good looks from my parents. But, there's a bit more to me. Being of Jamaican parents, they used to make sure that nobody ever said, I was pretty or anything like that. My mother made me clean the stairs, wash, cook and clean like everybody else. And I think that's what's made me always try to succeed, because I don't trade on my looks or anything. I want to be known as a person who worked hard and contributed something in society. So if it's my songs, I'm also I've got some novels I've written. I'm a writer anyway in the background, and so this year you're going to see me publishing some novels and things that I have in the background that got put to one side because I was managing Clenark, and then I had the family tragedy. So me as a person, I'm coming forward as myself, and I think this is my year. And I think in society as well, it's the year for women. So watch out.
Of course, watch out. Well, I thought it'd be great to just to pull you in, because a lot of times we don't get both in line. Having Clenark here, and you working hard in the background, ask me about the stream and working with us and being professional about it, not putting it up, knowing that it was just a try. So thanks a lot for that. You know what I'm saying? And
okay.
And I hope you've been enjoying it online. And it's great, and I really wish we could get Fresh TV more often online. So if you could fix that up on Facebook or YouTube Live, that'd be really great. There's lots of Bermudians over here. Well, the thing is, look, you link me up.
There's so many Bermudians, and also it will help with the culture, because people are always saying to me like, I don't know anything about Bermuda, so we need to know a bit more. I mean,
well, I'll talk to you. I'll talk to you offline, and we could talk about that. We could talk because you're linked in over there, so we definitely can talk and figure out what we can do. So, but thank you for dialing in and sharing with us about this as one of our stars. And I cherish our artists, and I have a lot of respect for Claude Clenard and what he's been doing. So thanks a lot, Juliet.
Thank you for your support, and I hope he gathers a lot more fans now that he's been on Fresh TV Bermuda.
You see. All right, talk to you later.
Yeah, goodbye.
Okay, bye.
Bye, Clark.
You're not seeing your manager there, obviously, and partner.
Yes,
obviously, you end up with a great relationship. A lot of times, people say, "Oh, don't let business and pleasure mix."
That doesn't work together.
But you two, obviously, you being a humble spirit,
yes,
and her being an understanding. How have you managed to make that work?
Yeah, we managed to make it work because we understand each other. Sometimes we argue a lot, especially over the music stuff.
Oh, that happens.
Because I want to do my stuff my way, and then she says, do it this way. And she believes in always, you could do better. She's never satisfied enough. And so she always said, so I'm satisfied with this. She said, no, do the extra mile, do this again. So she's a very good motivator. Very good motivator.
Nice.
And she's very professional as well.
Nice.
She's very professional in what she does. And she's a good person.
Nice. Indeed.
Attitude sometimes. But
well, that's true. That's people, right? Yeah. That's people that happens like attitude. That, dear.
Just got that fiery Jamaican attitude.
Oh, my gosh. And she's Jamaican, too. Temper. My God. It's a temper. Boy. Well, obviously, as we wrap this up, just before we go out, of course, we'll play one more song, take a little break, and come back and wrap it up with Clenard. It's Black History Month.
Yes.
And you've written another tribute.
Yes, another tribute.
I'm not sure if we should finish with that or we should go to another one of your tribute songs, but I'm going to let you pick the next song.
Okay, Float. Tribute to Muhammad Ali.
You want to play that one?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to play that one there. Yeah. This one's a tribute to Muhammad Ali. Now, who wrote this song?
I wrote this one here.
You wrote this one?
Yeah, I did this song like right after he died. I did it right after he died. I shot the video about a month ago.
You just did the video. Well, there you go. Just did the video. This is very timely. Good release. Sung like a bee.
Now, this song won an award from
Muhammad Ali. He was born in the United States of America as Cassius Clay. But he made a mark in the world, you see, as Muhammad Ali. Floating like a butterfly, stung like a
Pull up. Hey, yo, you gotta do this here. Pull it back. From the top. Country top. Bubble and pop. Watch the beat drop. Hey.
The champion, Muhammad Ali. Floating like a butterfly, stung like a bee.
Muhammad Ali.
Floating like a butterfly, stung like a bee.
Muhammad Ali.
He was born in the United States of America as Cassius Clay. But he made a mark in the world, you see, as Muhammad Ali.
Oh boy.
Floating like a butterfly, stung like a bee. Muhammad Ali. He floated like a butterfly, stung like a bee. Muhammad Ali. At the age of 12, he discovered his talent. We were all dressed on faith. He told the police officer he wanted to be the lead. Mr. Officer took him in the gym and taught him how to spar. The rest is history, not a mystery. He fulfilled his destiny. He floated like a butterfly, stung like a bee. Muhammad Ali. He floated like a butterfly, stung like a bee. Muhammad Ali became the Golden Glove champion, a little bit champion, soon to fight for the heavyweight champion. He knocked out Sonny Liston to become the world heavyweight champion. World heavyweight champion. World heavyweight champion. World heavyweight champion. That was his destination, a worldwide inspiration. He floated like a butterfly, stung stung like a bee. Muhammad Ali, he floated like a butterfly, stung like a bee. Muhammad Ali, he floated like a butterfly, stung like a bee. Muhammad Ali, he floated like a butterfly, stung like a bee. Muhammad Ali, as his journey continued, he trotted like a lion, took them down. Joe Fraser, John Mormon, and Norton, all of them inspiration to every nation, true champion, yeah. Inspiration to every nation, true champion. He floated like a butterfly, stung like a bee. Muhammad Ali, he floated like a butterfly, stung like a bee. Muhammad Ali, he floated like a butterfly, stung like a bee. Muhammad Ali, he floated like a butterfly, stung like a bee. Muhammad Ali stood up for his rights.
Hey,
He never gave up a fight. He stood up for his rights. He never gave up a fight. Like Malcolm, Bob Marley, Martin Luther, Harriet Tubman, Marcus Garvey, Mandela, Muhammad Ali, we honor you. He floated like a butterfly, stung like a bee. Yes, he did. Muhammad Ali, he floated like a butterfly, stung like a bee.
oh boy,
Muhammad Ali,
big tune,
he floated like a butterfly, stung
Big
like
tune.
a bee. Muhammad
big
Ali,
tune.
he floated like a butterfly, stung like a bee. Muhammad Ali,
Big tune. Let me
the
tell you,
greatest.
the greatest.
Now you're resting in heaven.
Yes, it did. Oh boy, what a big tune. What a big tune. Another
thanks.
one, man.
Thank you very
You
much.
know what I'm saying? Just doing a fantastic job. But you've just seen your tributes and stuff just grow. Now, you tell me that this one actually,
Yeah, this one came out just after Muhammad Ali passed away.
Wow.
The day that he passed away, I wrote this song really, the song did really well. It won our Academical Music Awards in California for the reggae category when it came out 2 years
Wow,
ago. And it
man.
did really good.
Wow.
They had a what they call it, red carpet event and everything
Okay.
like that.
You went to that?
No, I didn't go. No, because I couldn't fly. See, because of flying in,
yeah.
and they wanted me to go better. I said, so thanks, 'cause I
somebody
cheated.
accepted the
somebody
award for
accepted
you.
it, that's what's funny. Yeah, so and it did really
Nice,
well. So I
nice,
just
nice.
so since I'm him, so I said beautiful Bermuda scenery and everything.
Yes.
So I said I did the video here. So I did the video like
Well,
a few months
good
ago.
job,
Yeah.
good, clean. Hands up to your video guys who are capturing the essence of what you want to capture. I
Yes,
think they
yes.
captured it in Africa Unite.
Yes.
Just everything being still and quiet
yes,
and
quiet, yeah,
movement,
peaceful, yeah.
peaceful. I loved it, man. I love it. I love it. I love it.
And I got some brethren to be in it. Some guys, you probably know some of them, Monk.
I'm
Yeah,
telling
Monk.
you, Monk in
Sure,
here. You know what I'm
sure,
saying? Shout outs to the guys.
Yeah, Raymond, and Sean. The
Yeah.
both brethren's gone. Jamal, God give thanks
Yeah.
for them being in the video.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, they
man.
loved it. It was pure vibes. It was pure vibes, and we did it.
Pure vibes, pure vibes. As we close this out, obviously you got your album, your next album.
Yes, I'm
compiled?
working on. What now? I'm doing mostly singles.
Okay.
With singles. Probably an album somewhere down the line, probably in the next couple of years, but more like singles now.
Okay.
I'm working on a new original song. Should be out in the next few months
Okay.
as well. Yeah.
And obviously, as you feel better, you could travel more.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
you'd be
but I
able
feel
to-
better,
you'd be
yeah,
able
my
to
health, yeah.
Get your performance
The
up,
performance,
right?
yeah, be able to
Because
get
you got
the
a
performance.
serious arsenal.
Yeah, I got a lot of
What's
material.
the largest crowd you play to, Kalina?
Largest crowd. Gee, I played for about 5,000.
5,000.
About 5,000 in the
Give
UK.
thanks
yes,
for that.
Yeah, 5,000. It was amazing.
Nice.
Vibes, wicked. And they're playing the Mafia and Flaxy, the full band.
Oh boy.
Pure vibes, man. The vibes are just unbelievable.
Oh
and
boy.
I miss the stage shows because I love live performing. Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Well, give thanks and thank you for joining us.
Okay.
I know you got to
Yeah.
move on.
Yeah.
And you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna pay homage to we're gonna play Guiltiness.
Guiltiness.
We'll finish with guilty. Can we finish with guilty?
Yeah, man.
We
Guiltiness,
wanna
definitely.
Finish with Guiltiness.
Yes, that's one I did last year. I did that one last year.
All right, so we'll finish with Guiltiness on this one. Thanks for coming through, Clenard.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Yeah.
And
been a
wishing
pleasure.
you all the best.
Thank you very
You know
much.
what I'm saying? And thanks for sharing some of this journey with us here in Bermuda. Who sometimes we forget.
Yes.
And sometimes we don't think we walk amongst those who are doing great things and have done great things, and you being a pioneer for groups just like third and fourth generation and
That's right.
and Ito Foundation.
That's right. They came
leading
before
the
us,
way,
yeah.
and they
That's
came,
right, yeah.
paved the way before. But
Yeah.
as you guys came out, these even younger guys.
That's right. We're younger than them. Yeah,
you're,
that's right. Yeah.
you're younger than them.
Yes,
so
yeah.
so give thanks for that, and peace to you all, and peace Juliet Edwards out there in the UK. Keeping the vibes flowing out there, keeping everything in check, and we'll be talking to you soon. So we're going to close this one out right here with Guiltiness right here. And have a good one, Kalinan.
Thank you. Thanks for
Peace.
having me.
Yeah, man.
The rest of your conscience. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And they live their lives on false pretense every day. Each and every day. Yeah. These are the big fish who always try to eat down the small fish, or just a small fish. And I tell you what, they will do anything to materialize to every wish. Oh yeah. But what to the tongue pressers? They eat the bread of sorrow. What to the tongue pressers? They eat the bread of sun tomorrow. Oh yeah. Whoa. Guiltiness. Rest on their conscience. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
These are the big fish who always try to eat down the small fish. Just a small fish. And I tell you what, they would do anything to materialize their every wish. Oh yeah.
Whoa. But woe to the tongue pressers. They eat the bread of sorrow. Woe to the tongue pressers. They eat the bread of sorrow tomorrow. Woe to the tongue pressers. They eat the bread of sorrow tomorrow. Oh yeah. Whoa. Guiltiness. Oh yeah. Eh. They eat the bread of sun tomorrow. Oh yeah. Whoa. They eat the bread of sun tomorrow every day.
Thank you, Marietta! My